Alright guys, and welcome to the first edition of Mukbang and Chill Conspiracy Theories. Did I say that right?
You said that wrong.
I said it wrong.
It's conspiracy and chill.
Conspiracy and Chill Mukbang.
There we go.
Alright, so today we have ordered the Chinese. So funny story behind this, we ordered the Chinese while me and Fiona were having a drink at the pub. It said it would take an hour, half an hour in. It's out for delivery. We rush back. Fiona smashes off her bike. We rush back. We get here and we're like, oh, at least we made it before the delivery driver. Get like 5 minutes later, get the angriest knock on the door, and this dude's outside like, I was ringing you like 10 minutes ago. Like I had to go deliver her to somewhere else and then come back. Like wasn't he like quite?
He was pissed off. Yeah.
Quite pissed off. But like it said like an hour, and then they were like half an hour early.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Not our fault. So yeah. What we're gonna be doing today is talking about sort of the conspiracy theories recently around UFOs, and in particular Bob Lazar's sort of case. Alright, so let's start dishing up. So where do you want to start?
We got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Well, they gave us like something weird as well that I didn't order.
Prawn crackers, crispy duck pancakes.
That was such a struggle.
Yeah, if you don't get crispy duck pancakes and you're ordering Chinese, you're doing something definitely wrong.
I don't really like them, so
Okay.
they're overrated.
Alright, here we go. So, where do you want to kick it off?
Oh, what, on the case?
Yeah, the case. I thought this is how I've never watched a mukbang, so I have no idea how.
Yeah, this was all my idea, and the name obviously that you got wrong. That was all my idea.
All right, let's go. So, for you guys who don't know, Bob Lazar is quite I guess, infamous.
Sorry, when you were talking.
He's quite a famous / infamous, if you're from the government side, scientist who was brought in to reverse engineer a not crashed, a UFO basically, an unidentified flying object. But the story behind it is he wasn't told why he was coming in to do that. He had no idea how the craft got there. At first, he thought the craft was human, like man-made, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like, wow, this is so cool. But then that's when he realised. But the thing that makes him like so legit is the fact that he was talking about he was working on S4, which is an area just outside Area 51.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Area 51 and S4 and all of that before it was actually public knowledge. So how the hell did he know about that? Like, it just makes him so credible in my opinion, because he couldn't just he wasn't just making it up, because it was then obviously proven, and that was like strict government knowledge.
Yeah.
So it is insane to me, honestly.
And as we all know, like, if you guys know anything about Bob Lazar, look him up. He is an incredibly credible source who, as Fiona was saying, was working like at S4 / Area 51 before it was even known. And I heard you trying to open that so quietly.
Sorry.
That's alright. And yeah, plum sauce.
Gross.
So good. Yeah, so he was drafted in and he saw this spacecraft, and he quickly started to realise that not only their technology but the fuel, the sort of way it operated, the what it's built of was really not from this world, which I found fascinating. And there's loads of sort of interviews you can watch where he's there, and he's just like, it's just fascinating to listen to the guy talk. It's really hard to eat and talk, isn't it?
It is hard. We'll get used to it. But like, so if we go back to the start and like his education.
Let's go back to the start.
Let's take it back. Basically, so a lot of people say that he's not real because his like degrees and all of that are all, he's not on record anywhere of like ever studying, and people don't understand that the government can obviously alter all of that. Like, they can so easily fake it and just take him off the record. But I know that does go against his credibility, because it's like this guy doesn't have any degrees or anything. or diplomas and stuff. But why would these places hire him if he had no past experience? They just wouldn't. These are going to be really hard jobs to get into. So this guy obviously does have an education. It's ridiculous.
And remember, guys, this isn't his sort of first top-end scientific job he's had. I believe he even met with the guy who made the one of the nuclear bombs. Fiona, going off the back of what Fiona just said, like, they basically tried to eradicate all of his past as soon as like all this sort of information was leaked. But as far as my knowledge is correct, we might be getting stuff wrong here. It was later released an actual official clocking in form from the sort of facility of actual Bob Lazar's name. So that got leaked on the internet as well, which then sort of, I guess, pointed the finger back to the government, saying like, you lied, you just tried to eradicate this guy's history.
Yeah.
So like, which makes it more suspicious. Why would they go so far that way to try and silence this guy? He's obviously telling the truth. And he's such a down to earth guy. And a lot of the interviewers saying he's not like what's it called? He's not he's kind of introvert, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an introvert.
Introvert, yeah. He doesn't like I guess like talking to people. You can see he's quite you know what I mean? He's quite uncomfortable around sort of like sharing his story.
Yeah, he doesn't want fame or attention at all.
And I don't know if I'm right, but I heard that he hasn't actually made a penny from all this. And he's obviously quite a rich guy anyway because of the job he was in.
Yeah, he'll definitely have money, but yeah, and like another thing that shows that he's not lying is the fact that he knew exactly how to get to Area 51 and like that you had to get a bus and then a plane and all the clocking in, and he knew like how to get food and exactly what like the canteen area looked like to other workers. So like this guy cannot be lying. Like how would he know all of this stuff if it was just fake? Like why would he go to so much effort? It's just bizarre, honestly.
Alright, so I was listening to him, and I'm not even joking, guys. I was listening to this guy for hours. Like, what he was saying was just like blowing my mind, and I think this is why everyone is so obsessed with him at the moment. Like, I want to talk specifically about test flights, and this is what got him in a lot of trouble, essentially, in the end. So he actually witnessed a test flight of this craft, and it was sort of basic manoeuvres, just hovering up and down. And he said the way it worked was and he said the way it worked...
Actually dying.
Oh my god. Just eat my prawn toast while Fiona recovers.
Okay. I'm actually tears. I think I got a chili.
Oh, got a chili.
Okay.
So yeah, he was saying when this and this is in relation to how the craft sort of operates. Basically, he said at one point he was actually stood under this UFO while there was a test flight going on, and essentially how the reactor works is it sort of creates its own kind of gravitational pull, I guess, and because it's doing that, and sort of like he described it as like a heart-shaped kind of I don't know, gravitational manipulation around the craft. He said when he stood below it, directly below it, it was actually bending light and sound and everything. So he basically, the craft was completely invisible to him when you stood directly underneath it, which is actually crazy. And he couldn't explain anything to do. This is a top-end scientist, and he couldn't explain a single thing of how that craft operated.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Well, he couldn't understand it. That's why he was there. Like, they hired him because they had no idea what this was, and he basically, that's the whole reason he came out, is because he felt that so many scientists out there were wasting their time trying to invent this technology, and he was basically wanted to say this technology's already there, we just don't know how to make it.
Oh yeah.
It's just...
What was the element he discovered that was fueling it?
I'm gonna.
We've got notes because this is so in depth. This whole story.
Let me just,
element something.
Something 15, I think.
Element 115. 115, I think.
They actually added something to the periodic table.
And I think still to this day,
element 115.
Element 115, and I believe that they tried to recreate it, but they couldn't create a sustainable version of the fuel that was used in the aircraft. And he was saying that the reactor that was used in element 15 inside the UFO was so efficient that they were pumping so much power into it, and it never once got above lukewarm, which is impossible. Because on Earth, like what we know, everything, like take your phone charger for instance, like it's never 100% efficient. Some of that energy, that electricity, will be converted into heat and lost. So you fill your phone charger and sometimes it's hot. That's because not all the energy is going straight into the source. You know?
I always think it's going to explode or set fire. It's well hot. Like if I'm charging my laptop and I have it on my lap, I'm sweating because it's so freaking hot. Like the laptop. So to think that like this ship isn't getting hot, like what? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. Oh, it's so good.
You haven't said what I'm eating.
I love Chinese.
I'm eating bean sprout noodles, which I don't know what they put in here. It is insane. It is so good. Oh, I could just eat that. It's like got so much flavour. And then
so much flavour.
Honestly, it's my favourite thing. And then just beef and black bean sauce, which you can't go wrong. It's kind of spicy though.
We haven't even opened the chicken.
Well, there's this mysterious thing as well.
Yeah, we didn't order this, whatever that is.
So we didn't order this. Can't really see.
It's like, oh, that looks like
it's
spring rolls.
Yeah, but then there's these triangle ones.
Yeah, triangle rolls.
I think they're just spring rolls, but we got them for free, and I feel bad. Like we already screwed over the delivery driver, and now they're giving us free stuff. Give them 5 stars. I think they're veggie spring rolls. They're really good.
Yeah, I've just gone for duck pancakes and prawn toast, and I'm stealing the noodles as well, so it's all good. Oh, it's so nice. I don't even want to talk, I just want to eat.
Yeah. But this guy, he's just so legit in my opinion, because he actually hid his identity to begin with. He had like this blurred out face and a different name. But I think the reason he's come out now is because he knows he's safe now, because he's kind of blown up quite a lot and everyone knows about him. So if he was suddenly dead for no reason, everyone would know, and then everyone would believe him.
Yeah.
But so he was obviously working on this craft, trying to reverse engineer it so he can figure out how it was made, so then the government could then obviously make it themselves, probably use it in war or something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So everything was like a need to know basis.
Yeah.
So a lot of people obviously don't believe him, because whenever he's asked something like, why were they trying to, he doesn't know, but it's because they didn't let him ask any questions, did they?
No. Apparently they were like in twos, like they were, actually I think he described it as a buddy system, like you would get a fellow scientist that you only exchanged information between them, you and your buddy, and then these people would come in, you would give them your notes that you've sort of, your theories and your notes, and then they would go off, and they never knew where the information went off to. But when they went into the spacecraft, which I think he described as nothing had a right angle, everything had a perfect curvature, there was no there was no circuitry, there's no ports, there was no visible interaction with buttons, but everything just sort of worked. It like, he described it like it just had to be in the vicinity, and it just everything was connected. And he was annoyed at this, Bob, because he thought it was holding back progress, that all the scientists couldn't just sort of collaborate their information and data. And I think it's because, they were on a need-to-know basis. They didn't even know how they got there. But he did mention there was other spacecraft. One day he did see there was that one of the spacecraft had sort of like I guess like not a bullet hole, but like a, what do you call it? Like an impact shot through the like the perimeter of it. So either it was shot down or they were testing if bullets could go through this sort of metal.
I hope it wasn't shot down.
No.
But the thing is that I think, like, where are the aliens that were flying these things?
Mm.
And didn't he say that he never saw a person get in and fly it?
Well, he said in the test flights, the guys were on the ground were given out directions through essentially walkie-talkies, basically. But he said, Bob, in theory, said that that would be impossible because it's creating its own gravitational field. It would just like it was bending the light when you stood underneath it, it would bend the sound waves around it and the sound would be lost. So I don't think he said this because what I like about Bob, I don't think he actually ever said that it was piloted by aliens or anything. He was just saying that this thing was not of this world, basically.
Yeah.
But there's no way that they could be communicating through walkie-talkies and stuff. So it's crazy.
It's like they were doing that in front of the scientists to make them think it was a person in there. But wasn't it so small in there? Like, these aliens, it sounds quite cute. They were like 3 foot, weren't they, or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like crazy.
So maybe they are getting the aliens to fly it, but the thing that I just really hope we're not, like, enslaving these aliens. I hope if they are on this earth, that we're, like, working with them and creating, like, a good relationship with them. Oh my god, I keep hiccuping. That's what I hope, but who knows. But then he took because he knew, right, test flights would always happen on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because this was before there was, like, really intense security around Area 51. Like, you can't be within, I don't know how many miles now, a very lot, like, wide perimeter. But on a Wednesday, it was always, like, dead traffic for some reason. I don't know why, it's such a random day. So that was when they do, like, test flights and stuff with these ships. So he took his... did he take his... I'm pretty sure he took his wife and friends to go see this. So they also saw it. And they saw one of these ships flying. And the security people did find them and, like, were really threatening to them.
Yeah.
And that is when he started to come out, because he was like, actually, I'm worried for my life and safety now, and obviously my friends. So if he then came out, he's put himself out there, but they're not going to do anything because he's got such a platform now. Oh
yeah. I mean, he had all the flight schedules and everything. And one of the main reasons why he took the risk to take his friend, I don't think his wife was... Oh, that's on the carpet.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, while Fiona clears up, one of the main risks why that has just made it 10 times worse.
That's actually upsetting me right now. Carry on, it's fine.
It's become one with the carpet.
It actually has. Can you just carry on?
Oh
my god. So we used to own this carpet cleaner. You could spill, like, red wine on the carpet.
I just got rid of it.
And this carpet cleaner, I don't know what it was like. It was at a place we used to rent, and it must have been there, like, years. Like, maybe over the years it had turned into, like, acid or something. And, like, you would spray it on something and it would just, like, disappear. It was insane.
It wasn't branded.
It was well dodgy.
It was like, yeah.
And I miss it. Like, every time I spill something, I actually think about it. I'm like,
yeah. So, yeah, anyway. I mean, I don't think his wife ever went on the test flights. Test flight views, because the whole reason why this went down was the FBI, not the FBI, whatever, I guess it's the FBI, the government, whatever you want to call it, they were tapping into all his life, basically, his phone. And they found out that his wife was having an affair. So they basically removed him from the project because they do that. Bob was saying, like, it's very common in, like, government sort of projects to remove people if they've got disturbances in their life because they can't concentrate and they can't think straight. So basically he was removed. So what I gathered from it, he essentially believed that he had nothing to lose. So he started taking his mates up to see all the test flights. And the best way to describe how these crafts are moving is if you can imagine, not like anything like we know, like that I would have to, like, turn and rely on the gravity of Earth. It's like they were moving like if you put, like, a laser pen on a wall and you could just, like, pinging it around, it just, like, nothing affects how much it can turn and how fast it can go. And I think that's what's crazy about these things that are just not from this world.
It is insane. But the reason that his wife was actually cheating is because she thought he was cheating. Because, I mean, obviously that's not a healthy way to deal with that.
Yeah.
But because obviously he was tracked and he couldn't even say what his job was. So obviously it is like pretty suspect if you just couldn't say anything about where you were, or you couldn't ever like text when you're at work or anything like that. So I can understand her thinking that, but she should have just spoken to him.
Yeah. So messed up. Have you had these chickens? It's well good.
I know.
Have some chicken.
Have one little bit.
Have a bit of chicken.
But the fact that they added a new element to the periodic table because of these crafts, like, how does that make sense? It blows my mind. And they're obviously there. That's the thing that like really frustrates me, is because he's not lying. He is not lying. You can
He's
tell
legit.
He's got all of this evidence that he worked there, so why would he make this up?
And that's what they would question him. He's like, he was basically saying, I think it's Joe Rogan, like Joe, why would I make this up? It's essentially ruined my life. Like, he's lost everything over it. So why would he make something like that up?
And he was so nervous on the podcast.
He was.
And he's definitely not the kind of guy that's like proper out there. And he doesn't want fame. He just wants to, I guess, inform people what's going on and explain. It's stressing me out.
Can I have some kitchen roll? I feel like I'm eating like a savage. If Fiona's just like polite. I'm eating with my hands.
No, I'm not being that polite. Have one of these. These are really good.
No, I don't trust that.
I'll have it. It's nice. But I believe him, and he's like a clever guy. He when he was like a kid, he made like a motorized, like a jet fueled, like, I don't know what it was, scooter or something, something like that, or a car. I can't remember. But he's definitely he's like intelligent. He's not an idiot.
Oh God.
He's not like one of those crazy conspiracy theorists like us, a dumb. He like knows what he's doing, and he
just says it how he is. He just like bought the reverse engineer a spacecraft that he didn't know whether it was from this world or another world. That was his job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not buttering it, like he's not like making it sound any more crazy than it does. But I don't know.
I think
I believe him, and I don't believe most people. Like,
I think he's the most credible one that's
ever.
come to
I
light.
think ever.
Yeah. And I think he's what's caused this latest thing that you said was
oh yeah,
trending
on Twitter.
I thought you were going to say it. So,
Oh no, I don't want to steal your thunder.
So basically, how many, like 100,000 people?
Yeah, it was like a crazy amount of people, yeah.
Have like planned to storm Area 51 to like get in and find out what's happening. But I think these people are really stupid, because
I think it gunned down.
half of them will get shot. Any that do make it through, everything's obviously going to be locked. Like, what do they think they're going to do? They'll reach like a steel door that's just not... It'll be bulletproof. It'll be everything proof. You just know it will be.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they think they're going to get in. So they'll get arrested or shot and probably not achieve much.
No.
And like, didn't you say the last person that got shot there was like in January this year? It's like, Jesus Christ. They don't mess about. I watched a video. There was like this Japanese family, and they like drove right up to it because they thought it was like a tourist attraction, and they got them all out, and they were all on their knees, even the kids, like, and they were like holding a gun to them while they searched their car.
At least they gave him a chance, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't just shoot them. I mean, I'm quite surprised, to be fair. I'm surprised they didn't shoot their tyre or something, unless they maybe did. I don't know. But I do want to go, but I've watched this one guy that was like proper trying to piss them off. He was like, they said, oh, you can't come past this point, like up on the hill, pointing a gun at him. So he like drew a line. He was like, oh, so I can't go over this line. And he kept like going over the line and stuff. I'm surprised he didn't get shot. But I think they didn't take him seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was because of Bob that they extended the perimeters of like of trespassing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even public information. Sorry. Because it wasn't even public information until, what was it called? The you know, the act when it's like the right to information kind of thing.
Data protection.
No, it's not. No. It's like when it's the freedom of.
Oh, freedom of speech.
No.
Oh, freedom of information.
Yeah, so you can request that I deserve to know this. Like, you can ask stuff about things.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Actually,
and I think because enough people got involved, they did eventually have to say, okay, it exists. So it's like they weren't even telling us it exists. Like, it's definitely stuff's going on. And bear in mind, before they said it was existed, this Bob dude was telling everyone about it. So it's like, how the hell? To know about S4 as well, not just Area 51.
Yeah, not a lot of people know about S4.
I didn't know about it until I heard about him.
I've got McDonald's sweet chili dip. Like, whenever we go to McDonald's, I mean, we don't go often.
We haven't been for a while.
But I stockpile on this because it's the best sweet chili sauce going. It's so good.
I'm cracking open the chicken balls, right? So the name puts me off. But
chicken balls.
They're so amazing. They're like nuggets, but better. Like, smell them.
Like a donut.
They're so good. And they come with this like really shady looking sweet chili. Like, why is that so liquidy? And why is it so red? I'm scared.
It's like blood, isn't it? I bet that's like overly... See, this is good, sweet chili, McDonald's. I bet that's ridiculously sweet.
That smells horrible.
Let's have a go on it then.
Smell it.
I don't need to.
Why is it so like neon? What's it like? Is it alright? Can you say it?
It's like... No. It's like eating sugar.
I might get the one we have.
Have this. This is like proper sweet chili.
Yeah, but is it spicy?
Yes, it is.
What, is it
really? It's a really nice heat.
No, but is it really spicy?
No, it is hot, which is sweet chili.
But should I just get the sweet chili from the fridge?
No, that's bad as well. This is really good stuff. Need to get a drink.
These chicken things.
Chicken balls.
I don't know. That is too spicy. Can you get me the one in the fridge?
What?
The sweet chili.
Dip it
that in there.
What, this? A chicken?
I don't know why that it's so good. The batter is like...
The batter smells amazing.
It is so good. It's good with sweet chili, but that's too spicy for me. Do you think they're good? They're like chicken nuggets, but better. Do you like it or not? I don't.
Yeah, I do. Like, let me swallow with food. Like, the salt and pepper chicken's definitely better.
No. If you like nuggets, get these.
Yeah, if you like nuggets.
No, but they're nuggets, but elevated. I think we've pretty much covered Bob Lazar. He is... fuck's sake.
Sorry.
He is, he's releasing a biography, which I'm totally going to buy.
Tom DeLonge, isn't it?
Yeah, Tom DeLonge's publishing it, which just is like... It's such a weird thing. What's happened to Tom DeLonge?
He's got like, cooler.
He's like gone rogue. But I know I love him. Have you been watching the new series? Because we haven't been able to watch it. His Alien series, because obviously it's an American channel. But
how is it?
We'll find a way of watching it, probably online somewhere. But is it good? Let us know.
So if you are eating with offSOON.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry your evening's come to this.
I don't know how it's going to sound right now, but I can imagine when I get to edit, it's going to just be me, like, you can just hear me chewing on everything.
I just want to enhance every chew.
Yeah, leave a comment below. What are you guys eating? And if you...
I actually want to know though.
No, and also what I want to know as well, because like I love asking people this, if you had one last meal, what would it be? That's a good question.
I think mine would be Chinese.
Yeah, mine would be too.
So we're gonna probably, after we get murdered by the government after this, at least we've had our last meal. And yeah, if we disappear off YouTube, you know something's gone on. So, I want to talk about the UK Area 51. Because not many people know that the UK, we have our own little Area 51, and me and Luke are going to try and go. So, in the 1950s, it was the centre for, like, investigations into UFO sightings and anything reported. But the thing is, the government denied all of this until 2007, when documents were released, declassified, whatever, and it basically would, like, told people that it actually was what they thought it was. And there has been a lot of sightings. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying that they've seen stuff like around this area. So it's all very like top secret kind of place, and there's obviously stuff that's been going on there to do with aliens.
But guys, we are gonna get a squad together. Probably me, Fiona, and John Jang.
Yeah.
And we're gonna like go there. And the craziest thing about this is like they have undercover dog walkers. And that is their job. And then like they asked, this is the weirdest thing, like no one ever asks you this when you vlog, when you film anywhere. They specifically ask you what are you here filming? Why are you filming for? And they're just walking a dog, and you think, well, what's it got anything to do with you? Like,
they often say that people keep stealing stuff, so that's why we're asking you.
stealing what?
There's nothing to steal. It's just like fields and an abandoned place. It doesn't make any sense. And there's also like cars like with blacked out windows and like no license plates that will like follow you.
They tell you, and they're undercover police cars. They have no reason to pull you over. You're not speeding. You're not doing anything wrong. They just ask you what you're doing here. And it's like,
it's so weird.
what do you want me to tell you? Like,
and the dog walkers, they even have like freaking earpieces, and they're like chatting to these MOD people.
And they have like German Shepherd Alsatian dogs, like which are like notoriously like police dogs.
It's so shady. Like, what are they hiding?
We're gonna find out.
Nowhere in the UK it's like that. Like nowhere is that intense, unless it's like the Ministry of Defence, like centre or whatever. But I think there's like, I don't, because it is underground. There's an underground like complex under it, and I don't know if there's anything that crazy there, but I do definitely think there's at least be documents like of UFOs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it is classed as the UK Area 51 because it's to do with aliens basically, and it is so guarded. It's not quite as intense as Area 51, but it's the UK is always a bit mellow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much pretty intense. Like I know for a fact we're gonna go, but I know for a fact that the police will come. Like there's no.
We'll get arrested. We'll get not arrested actually. We'll get stopped. Anything like of that importance is going to be so well hidden. Like if you're just an average guy, or you're not going to be able to find anything.
No.
It's like, as Fiona said, these people that want to storm Area 51, it's pointless. It's so pointless. You're not going to get anywhere there. Like,
Yeah, do they seriously think like there'll just be open doors?
yeah, they can just stroll in. Oh yeah, alien over there, ship over there. Cool.
Nothing will be on display.
I honestly believe that just like me, you, and all you guys, I think we are being, to some extent, manipulated through the mind.
This is the reason. Well, we don't really watch TV, but I don't like to watch adverts because they're the number one form of manipulation. And I think because we don't watch TV or anything like that, I feel like we don't really get sucked into it as much because we're never in front of like adverts.
No.
And we never really watch TV. We watch like films and like
YouTube.
Yeah, and like conspiracy documentaries and stuff. Right, this is something. Have you?
I know you're gonna say.
Conspiracy documentaries. Why are they always so badly
So
made?
shit.
They're
All the
always
time.
like Bob Lazar. His documentary was terrible.
Fucking.
It was so unbelievably bad that anyone that sees that's going to be like, this isn't true. So my theory is that the government sends people to make these documentaries, and they're actually working for the government.
To like make a mockery of it.
Yeah, because they make them so shit So if someone watched that and be like, oh my god, this is so unbelievable. Because, yeah, it is unbelievable. It's cheesy, it's shit.
It's like when we watched the documentary, I don't think it's any fault of Bob Lazar and his story. It was the directors, it was the producers who just... I thought it was so badly done. If I filmed a documentary on Bob Lazar, I would literally just sit him on a chair and just get the camera rolling. I wouldn't do any of this cheesy sort of like cutaways, recreations. Just let the guy speak, and then that would have been like credible. But they tried to make it look like a movie, which, like as Fiona says, it's like it's almost like mocking what you believe in. You do seriously believe this guy? Do you know what I mean? I trust like every conspiracy video that you will ever find anywhere is so cheesy and so badly done that I think it's on purpose. I really do.
It's definitely the government. That's my answer to everything. The government.
The government.
But it is true. They're always like, I've never seen anything like them. You won't see anything like them if you go on like Amazon or like Netflix or anything and just search like conspiracy. Anything you see, trust me.
Like the thumbnails, then they're just so bad.
The reviews are always really bad, and they just look terrible. Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on pyramids, to be fair.
Oh yeah, no, that's another topic.
That's like, I won't get into it, but in my opinion, that's 100% like extraterrestrial. I think Egypt is like the origin of everything to do with aliens, like of why that is even there. It's even been like people talking about it, like how like it would have been impossible to shift like the size of those bricks. So.
And Stonehenge.
And why did they mine so much gold back then when it was of no worth? And everyone knows like gold is a great conductor of electricity, which is power for like supposedly a spacecraft. So, you know, and it's even in their hieroglyphics. It literally is in their hieroglyphics.
Yeah, there's so much we can go into. Like, maybe our next one, if you guys like this, let us know.
Yeah, let's do Egypt.
We've been seeing weird things recently. We're not crazy. Right, so we do this thing. Whenever it's like a clear night, we'll always open the window and like open the curtains. And like just like look out when you're in bed.
Before we go further, can I describe like... We didn't do this to like look for weird stuff. It was just like a relaxing, nice thing.
It's nice. Like I like to see
it. Look at the stars. It's like so nice.
So all it was this one night. Like we got no sleep because it was like so intense. And okay, so we saw about 3 or 4 shooting stars, right? Which is like that much would class as a meteor shower, right? Because a shooting star is just meteors. So I did Google it like the next day, like the latest meteor shower, and there wasn't one that day. So I was like, were they shooting stars? Because there were these things going like whizzing across and like leaving a trail.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And both of us were like freaking out.
Like, it was green, but like so like boom, just like that, wasn't it?
It was insane. Like,
I was like, Fiona, what the fuck was that?
And it disappeared, so you wouldn't see it go from one spot to another. It would go from like here to here, and then it would just be gone.
Yeah, it wouldn't go for like from your vision, like as you see from one end to camera. It would like go like that, wouldn't it? And it was like, whoa, what was that? But like we saw like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that I'm sorry, but if you were like, it would be on the internet because people that do it for a living, like astrologers and stuff, would have been tracking that.
Yeah.
Like that would have not just gone unnoticed. We know that when meteors are passing. So I'm wondering whether it was meteors or whether it was something else.
Yeah, but then something incredibly weird happened
right
after
it gets
that.
weirder.
It was like, I was like, oh, this is crazy. We've got to keep watching. Like, I've never seen a shooting star before. I want to keep, like, just watching up. And the house we lived at, like, the view out the window, it had, like, a really nice view of all the stars, like the constellations and stuff. And we were just, like, looking. And then, like, you see planes go by and you see the flashing of their lights.
They're always flashing.
And even the highest ones are like little dots in the sky. You can still see the little flashes, and sometimes they disappear, but you know that's a cloud. And then there was this one, and Fiona was like, "Do you see that weird thing in the sky?" I was like, "Yeah, I do actually. Like, what's going on there?" And it was like a little dot, but like it was moving proper slow, and then it went like that. I'm not even joking. And then it slowed right down. And then it went backwards, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then it went slow, fast, backwards, and it held there for not like it held there for a few seconds, didn't it? And then it just went boom, and it just vanished, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jump scare. And honestly, I told loads of people like this, but I've never seen. I've seen it once after, but I've never seen it do the thing where it goes bang up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that wasn't a plane. Like, I know a plane can do that.
All I know is that I can't explain what we saw. And if you know us and know like our paranormal stuff and all of that,
Yeah.
we always try and find an explanation before jumping to conclusions. And so I can't explain that because I'm pretty sure planes have to be flashing by law.
I'm pretty sure they do as well.
Let me search now. Yeah, okay, so it can be hard to spot the plane's wings and fuselage from a distance, therefore we need the flashing lights. These lights are known as anti-collision lights. The blinking lights are easily perceived by the eye, even from afar.
In my opinion, I think life is related in some way or form to these aliens. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, there's evidence throughout history that they've been here and sort of like left their mark of all these wonders in the world, that there's no reason why they should be there.
See, the thing is, because the theory is the more intelligent you are, the more peaceful you are. Because you're intelligent enough to know that violence doesn't solve anything. And I think aliens came earlier, before this kind of race was around, to try and help us and to try and teach us things.
Yeah.
That's what I think they've done, and I think now they're coming back to kind of be like, wow, you guys are screwing up, so we're going to try and stop these things.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, there's undoubtedly life out there that is not intelligent, like just basic life. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
Like, why can't there be? Like, why? This is what I think. I think it's literally the literal arrogance of the human race that we think we're the best thing going. Do you know what I mean? We think we're the most superior in intelligence and everything, just because we're the top, technically the top of the food chain. But we're just one grain of sand. Do you know what I mean?
In many.
I was gonna say I was gonna say we're just one grain of sand in the biggest beach, but I would need to go.
No.
Yeah, there we go.
And the biggest beach.
And the biggest beach you can imagine. So you know what I mean? There must be something that is topping us.
Obviously, yeah. We're probably really stupid, which the way we act, I wouldn't be surprised.
So guys, that has been episode 1 of Conspiracy and Chill Mukbang. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, because literally, I never used to understand why people said this at the end of the videos, but
Yeah.
if you leave a like, it makes us know that you like the video.
And subscribe and turn your bell on.
I know we've told you to comment loads of things tonight, but I think the 2 most important things are what you are eating, if you are eating, watching this video right now, / dream last meal, and 2, what would you like us to talk about in our next mukbang?
Yeah, it can be anything.
Literally can be anything. So yeah, thank you as always, guys. We appreciate you more than you will ever know. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next video.